This time I am facing Daniel Rensch. The game is part of a spontaneous 7-game match we played on chess.com. The full match is available. You will find the link in the description and on the end screen. This game is an interesting and instructive attacking game. Let's see how it went. I was white, I played e4 and he responded with c5. Knight f3, d6, d4, takes, knight f6, knight c3 and e6. I played bishop e3 and he played h6. So we have neither position, and actually we had a lot of neithers in our match. I played f3 and he played bishop e7, queen d2, castling, long castling. So this is kind of standard position in those lines where black decides to play d6 and e6. He played b5 here and I responded with a3. Actually I could play g4 immediately, because after b4 my knight can go to e2 and probably on g3. Also, if queen goes here, I can just play king b1, and this queen might be a little bit misplayed, and the king is well on p1 in this kind of positions. So a3 was played, probably g4 was a little bit better, and he started to transfer his knight to here. This is quite common plan in this kind of positions. The idea is to put the knight on c4, and if there is both knights, then black can have strong outpost on c4. I played king b1. He continued with knight b6, g4, bishop b7, h4, knight d7, g5, knight e5, and now the idea is to put knight on c4. Here probably I played a slightly inaccurate move. I choose to play queen g2. The idea was to put queen on g file, that I can continue with h5 and g6 to break this pawn structure or get g and h file open. And the other idea is that if knight lands on c4, I can put my bishop on c1, which is kind of good defensive resource, and then it can also join the attack if needed. Okay, here he played rook c8, quite a standard ideas. Here I played the best move according to the computer, which is knight a2. This might look a little bit strange why I do this, but I think, yeah, there was some tactics on I mean, black is trying to play knight c4 and sack the knight here, because then rook can take c3. For example, if I go for h5, actually this is even better, to take this immediately. Kind of standard sacrifice, and probably that was the reason I played. But the other reason is also that there is a chance to play knight c4 and take on a3. But here, according to the computer, this is already winning or almost winning after knight a4. Has to defend this somehow, but it's not so easy. Bishop d2 and maybe d5. This is very standard way to get bishop in the attack, and queen can join somehow very quickly, and even white is quite near to do the same. It's not so quick as black's attack, and black is winning. Okay, very interesting ideas, but also this is an option to take here. Of course, black should take the knight immediately, but just to make clear that also this kind of plans might work somehow in some cases. But now g6 is probably too quick. Yeah, white is better here. Okay, back to the game. I played knight a2. He continued with knight c4 and then bishop c1. Now d5 is probably needed to get some counter chances in the center before white breaks through with h5 and g6. This might look a little bit scary because queen and rook are on the same file, but usually this is the way to get bishop in the game, and this bishop can create some counter chances, and if white has to play in the center, there is no time to create attack on king's side. So this might be an interesting move, but in the game he played queen c7, which is very natural way, we can say so. Here I played f4. I can't remember now what was the idea. Probably there was something wrong with h5. Actually, yeah, I think I now know why I played f4, because after d5 I have chance to close the center. So f4, if d5 happens now, yes, according to the computer, e5 is the best move, and now we have kind of French structure where white has time to create very strong attack on king's side, and there is no way to create as good attack on queen side. So this is quite a standard way to prevent d5 ideas. If white can have f4, d5, e5, it's usually good for white. Here, after f4, rook e8 was played. Maybe the idea was to put bishop on f8 or try to strike with e5, but h5 was my move here. Bishop f8, g6, and now he played h6. If black plays like this, it's going to lead quick checkmate because h file is open. And if black tries to take here and play h6, usually this bishop can join the attack, or there's other ways to attack, like hitting on e6 somehow. Not so easy to find the way, but maybe just bishop d3, and if black goes for knight a4, there is no any kind of tactics. This bishop is doing great job, and also d3 and d4 pieces. Maybe queen h3. Now e6 is under attack, and can I play f5? Maybe the better idea is to put rook here and e5. Okay, there are still some chances for both sides, but according to the computer, this is clearly better for white. In the game, he decided to play h6 immediately, and it seems to be a mistake, because now it's much easier to attack. I took on f7 and played bishop d3. Now g file is open, and I think it's easier to create attack. a5. Probably this was played because it's very hard to find any other moves, even though I can take this pawn. d5, e5. This is very standard reaction if white has f4 and e5. Now this diagonal is also open. I don't have to worry about d4. I can just play bishop e4 here. Okay, he played knight a4. I played queen g6, and the idea is to trade queens or take this knight with b3. Okay, checkmate is of course the main idea, but black is going to trade queens or make some space for the king. Here he played queen d7. If he trades the queen, then rook has to be moved somewhere, and then b3 is winning a piece. So has to play like this to try something. I played queen h7, king f7, check, and king tries to escape. Knight d4, bishop a6, and okay, there is still some chances because there is many pieces on queen side, but if white plays precisely, there is no real chances. I played b3. Okay, rook b8 and f5. This king is in the center, so it's quite logical to try to open the center. f6 is also an option here. f6, king d8. I took on e8, and then check. King goes back to d8, and here king a1. He took on e5. I took on g7. Bishop takes g7, and here I'm already short on time, and this is quite messy position still. Queen g3, knight e4. Okay, here I could take here, and the rest would be easy, but I think I was sort of tilted from previous games, or I think I was hesitating in this position and tried to avoid time trouble. Queen f4, knight c6. We didn't have increment here, so it's 30 seconds can be serious time trouble already in this kind of position, even white is clearly winning. Bishop b2, and now b8 is hanging if he takes d4 with knight, so he took there, I took with bishop. King c8, now this is an option. I played, what did I do? I played bishop b2 to keep my king more safe. King b7, I took on h6, and this kind of time trouble situation, it's usually good to have clear plan, and I think I have now clear plan, but I didn't notice that I could take the knight here because the queen is hanging, and I think we both missed this chance, but this kind of things happens in the blitz game. So Now I think the only problem is the time here. Okay, I could do something else, but I think my idea was to put rook on g8 and give a checkmate somehow, but this could be a little bit problematic for me after maybe queen e5, but okay. There's lots of kind of bridge tactics, so not so easy, but okay, he played knight d4, and now I think it's getting more easy because I just trade pieces, and even I have only 10 seconds left, it's quite easy. Eight seconds, 7 seconds, and eventually I find the way to give a checkmate like this. Okay, that was an interesting attacking game. Thanks for watching.